Comrades, I'm Jake Field, National Safety Officer for the Maritime Union of Australia. I want to talk to you about the start of December, which marks the beginning of 16 days of action against gender-based violence. Now, before you turn off and think this doesn't affect me or my life, just consider that every week in this country, a woman is killed at the hands of a violent perpetrator. In most cases, that was either her partner or ex-partner. That's a mother, a sister, a daughter, a friend, and a human being. It's a national disgrace, and it's a repulsive social epidemic where these criminal acts are too often reported in the media with docile and polite headlines. You've seen them. They start with things like promising young sportsman or quiet family man, and they rarely tell the real and horrific story that a man has violently assaulted or ended the life of a woman. In our communities and our homes, gender-based violence devastates. This kind of violence destabilises and destroys families, and it scars the lives of those touched by this dreadful, dreadful epidemic. But violence is not just a private torment. Work is so often a safe haven away from family violence and abuse, yet the pervasive nature of gender-based violence is sadly too present in our workplaces as well. The area of our lives where we spend so much time in the pursuit of a better life and financial independence, security and dignity. Gender-based violence is as divisive and dangerous as any other WH issue on the job. It threatens the lives of working people the same as any other high-risk activity. Ignorance and denial around gender violence leads to conversations like, what about my mate? Or, yeah, but so-and-so was beaten up by his girlfriend. But the research and the evidence exposes the real facts of this ghastly problem, that 95% of victims of violence, whether men or women, experience that violence from a male perpetrator. So it's a problem that men in our society, from the halls of Parliament to the boardrooms, editorial offices, building sites and wharves, must tackle head on. The systemic inequalities between men and women and the power imbalances that proliferate gendered violence in our society won't be fixed waiting for others to have a go at it. It must be us. It must be fathers, husbands, brothers, friends and workmates. This isn't a lecture that all men are bad. It's clear that not all men perpetrate violence, but all men can contribute to ending this scourge by talking about respect and then demonstrating it to our mates, our sons, our families, and in our communities. Using violence is a choice, and choosing to make excuses for it only continues to normalise what is so abnormal. During this 16 days of action, you and your workmates can declare that violence is never acceptable. Our mothers, our partners, our daughters, sisters and women across our society deserve our commitment to their safety. We can end gendered violence. All it takes is a choice.